2023, and so I'm able to record some stuff now, but this time taking a look at Drakons, Realm Keepers by Adrenaline Amusements. As you can see, this has a very distinctive cabinet. It's something that a lot of people have been talking about. Now, this game has been through some changes from when we first saw it somewhere about almost 3 years ago, where it originally started as an off-rails dragon riding game, almost like Blazing Angels. But now they've changed it into an on-rails mounted gun shooter. That means that the off-rails experience must not have performed too well. But the style of play here, it's almost like one of those interactive roller coasters. You could say something like Virtual Rabbids or Typhoon. And it's, of course, interactive, where you can shoot at things, but you cannot take damage during the level. Now, if you do, instead of taking damage, if you get hit by an enemy, like right there, you don't have a health bar, you just lose a certain amount of your score, and so that just affects your score. Although the thing is that I mentioned in the past, and I did not see here, is that this game has no leaderboards. I'm guessing they don't intend on adding it, kind of like what Adrenaline did with Tomb Raider Arcade. I mean, I still hope that they change that, because I don't know really what the point of having a score is if there's no keeping up the score. Although I did notice in two-player battles that it does compare you to the other players. So like right there, you can see player one has the highest score, so that way it incentivizes who's performing the best during this interactive, intense dragon riding ride. And so I suppose in that sense it's alright, but in the single player mode it's just like, why have a score if there's really no point there? But during the gameplay you can pick up power-ups, such as that flame that the guy playing here missed out on, and then you can control that and destroy a bunch of stuff, and then you reach the boss. Now, when you do reach the boss, it does require that you swipe or maybe insert coins, but it says swipe card. Perhaps there's a coin option there for anybody who still might have that, but you do have to pay to continue through the boss. Now, I played through the game quite a bit, as you see here. This, of course, was at a little bit of a weird angle, but what I found is that even if you pay for the boss, they're not difficult to defeat, and then it allows you to play through the next level. And then the only other time you would have to swipe your card again is when you get to the next boss. And so there is some value there as far as how much time gets to be spent in the game. And so it's a guaranteed few minutes. I didn't time it exactly, but it's definitely somewhere around 3 minutes, which also fits in line with the whole ride concept that they're pulling from here. But this is available now, so if you're an arcade operator and you have a distributor, you can place an order for one. There's been multiple units out on test out there, so you might have actually played this one already. I know a few on the Arcade Heroes Discord have mentioned that, and so yeah, probably won't be too difficult to find this one, at least in larger FEC arcades. Or smaller arcades and street locations probably aren't going to be grabbing this one just due to the size. And that is a 106-inch LED square-shaped panel. But again, it's a very distinctive cabinet. I like that aspect of it. And from what I was talking with Adrenaline, replacing the panels themselves are not expensive or terribly expensive. I mean, if all of them went out, yes, it would be quite an expense, but each individual panel, I think they said somewhere under $100 each. And those shouldn't entirely fail. Like, you might get some dead pixels here and there, but you shouldn't have entire panel failures. That should be relatively rare. But yeah, let me know what you think about this one from the footage. I had fun with it. Again, I did have to approach it from a different angle. You can't approach it from the, oh, this is supposed to be